Welcome to this video on doing a dissertation. During your studies, you'll have completed a range of assignments, and this will likely have included essays or other types of written reports at some point. So how is a dissertation or research project different? This video will explain what a dissertation or research project is and what the difference is between the two. It will describe the main differences between a dissertation and other written assignments, and will also review some resources that may prove useful to you when completing your project or dissertation. A research project or dissertation is a lengthy paper which puts forward an often original argument based on research. It involves investigating a particular issue or topic relevant to your degree. Depending on your subject, it may be an optional or compulsory component of your degree programme. At master's level, if it's compulsory, it's usually worth 60 credits and is called a dissertation. You're usually expected to write something in the region of 10,000 to 15,000 words for a dissertation. If optional, it may be referred to as a research project rather than a dissertation and will constitute fewer credits, usually 30 credits. Because of this, postgraduate level projects are usually 8,000 to 10,000 words. In the rest of this video series, I will refer to dissertations, but of course the same principles also apply to those completing research projects, just on a slightly smaller scale. The topics and issues investigated in your dissertation will be related in some way to your degree subject, but there's a wide range of possibilities. Just to give a few examples, a dissertation might examine the issue of how to balance witness safety with the defendant's right to a fair trial, the role that clothing and fashion played in slavery resistance in America, how border fiction uses future worlds and technology to explore the control of bodies in contemporary society, consumer attitudes towards driverless cars, the experiences of parents of children with ADHD, or the impact of the South African Child Support Grant on nutritional outcomes. Now let's consider how dissertations may differ from the types of written coursework you've been used to. The first difference is that dissertations are substantially longer than essays, which are typically between around 1,000 and 4,000 words. There's therefore an expectation that the topic will be explored in more depth than in a regular essay or report. The second difference is that with a dissertation, you choose the topic and focus, whereas when you're assigned an essay, you will typically be given one or more questions to choose from. This means that you get to choose something that genuinely interests you. The topic will likely be linked to what you've studied in your previous modules. However, there will be a lot of scope within this to decide your exact focus and question. The third distinction between a dissertation and a regular essay or report is to do with structure. Although the overall structure might be similar in that they will have an introduction, main body and conclusion, a dissertation, depending on your subject, may be divided into chapters or sections or be structured according to a typical empirical report, including a literature review, methods section, results or analysis, and discussion. You may be also required to provide other elements, such as an abstract, table of illustrations, such as tables and figures, and appendices containing raw data. The next difference is that you're expected to carry out research. This can be empirical research, whether quantitative or qualitative, meaning you collect and gather data or examine existing data to answer a specific question. Or your research could be more purely library-based research, where you examine the existing literature on a topic, and your focus may be more theoretical in orientation. In some ways then, a library-based dissertation might seem closer in many ways to a traditional essay, but with a more in-depth and substantial treatment. But whether your research is empirical or more library-based and theoretical, you will need to explain the rationale for your approach and also discuss what you found in your dissertation. The fifth difference is that you take responsibility, along with your supervisor's support, for conceiving, planning and carrying out the research, which means that your skills in independent learning will be put to the test in a dissertation. The sixth difference is that the expectations for dissertations are for you to produce an in-depth debate on your topic. You'll need to show evidence that you have analysed and critically engaged with the literature in your field of study, and at master's level there may also be an expectation of originality. Originality doesn't necessarily mean a completely new topic or issue, of course. It could involve examining an existing issue from a different angle or using a different methodology to investigate a long-standing issue. Nevertheless, the expectation is that your question and topic will overall either bring something new to our understanding of a topic or perhaps confirm existing findings in some way. There are numerous books on doing dissertations. Dissertations and Project Reports by Stella Cottrell is a good starting point for anyone embarking on a dissertation for the first time. But at master's level, it may also be worthwhile seeking out a book that focuses on master's level dissertations, such as Doing Your Master's Dissertation by Furseth and Everett, or Succeeding with Your Master's Dissertation by John Bigham. Or of course, you can watch the rest of this video series for a guide to the whole process, including choosing a topic and research question, drafting your title, planning your research, working with your supervisor, reviewing the literature, structuring your dissertation, and approaching the writing process. So that's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.